Good morning, day 152. Cooking down the freezer, pantry, and refrigerator. So today I'm going to try and get tomatoes planted and some cucumber seeds and start working on my veggie garden. Now that I planted all the flowers, glad I got that done. So it was supposed to rain yesterday, but that didn't happen. So now starts the watering process. So every day when you have flowers in pots and veggies in pots, you have to water every day. Sometimes you have to water twice a day if it gets really, really hot, which uses up a lot of water, but I guess it's a trade-off. And I know a lot of people that are in places like California and where it gets really hot. Sometimes it's hard for them to get the water they need because there's restrictions. That usually doesn't happen here, but we've had periods of droughts, but not that much because the area here in Ohio where I live, actually most of Ohio, is pretty green. We have a lot of trees and forests and a lot of fields. So as long as Mother Nature's kind to us and gives us a good supply of rain, it's actually a very good place for farmers and their crops as long as they don't have any weather disasters. So that's what's on my agenda today. Get my tomatoes in. And everything is outside now, all of my starts except a couple of little peppers that I have still under the grow lights because they're still pretty small. I probably should have started them a little earlier, but they'll catch up. So anyway, today it's going to be like 81 again and at least partly cloudy. And I actually like days that are partly cloudy because it gives you a little break from the grueling sun. So that's about it for this morning, and going to try and get out and do a walk today too, but my priority is getting the veggie garden in. And if the walking has to be abandoned for a day or two until I get that done, then that's the way it's going to have to be. But I'm getting a lot of exercise in just doing the gardening. There's a lot of lifting and walking back and forth, and yesterday I did 1.25 miles just with the gardening. So it's a good form of exercise. Gardening is a great form of exercise. You're using all different muscles that you don't usually use. So if you want a good exercise program plus good food to eat, try starting a garden. A little one is fine too. Alright, I'll be back later and we'll see what's for breakfast. It's Sunday morning. I hope everybody's doing well. So I'm having my coffee. I always say best cup of the day. So today I have to plant these caladiums. I got these at Walmart, probably a couple weeks ago, I would say. And they were 20 bulbs for $11.97. So I have to get those in the pots, and those will be going on my deck. Once my wisteria, the leaves come out, my deck is very shady. And those did great last year. Last year I bought plants at a nursery, and they were not cheap, but they were very pretty. But this year I'm cutting costs on my gardening and trying to just buy flowers that are less expensive and not buy the more expensive nursery plants. I I did buy mints and things from a nursery because you can't get those like at Mark's or anything like that, but I'm trying to keep the flower costs down and still have it look beautiful because I love flowers. I just love them. And to me it would be very sad not to have some flowers, you know, even just a few to look at. I mean, the summertime is so short and it's a delight for me, and it's something that I really enjoy. And I haven't had much luck starting flowers from seed. I don't know why. Veggies work out okay, but for some reason flowers, I'll try again, but right now I just, you know, for $6.99 for a half of a flat, it's almost not even worth the effort for me to try and grow them myself. Sorry if the washer is noisy, but anyway, so I stopped at Family Dollar yesterday because I wanted to get some dog treats because my dogs get a treat every time I go somewhere. And so I was running a little low on those, so I stopped there and got some more of those because God only knows what's a shortage next. So anyway, I'm trying to work in my yard in zones. So I'll finish one thing like planting the flowers, and then I'll start working on setting up. I have two seating areas in my yard. One of them I make into like a little tropical garden, and the other area is my deck. So I'll work on those. And then a couple years ago, I bought a potting bench, and I never put it together. So I want to get that put together this year too. So lots of projects to do in the garden, but for the most part I enjoy it unless I get really, really sore. But I've been increasing my hydration as much as possible. I still have 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day, and then I drink iced tea. It's herbal iced tea. So I enjoy that, but I'm trying to make a conscious effort to drink more water. So you're going to laugh at me, and that's okay. When I was at Dollar General, I've been looking for something I can take with me on my walk that isn't heavy, that I can carry on either around my neck or around my waist for water. Because usually I take my phone with me when I go for a walk, and lately I've been taking like a selfie stick too. So anyway, this is what I bought. I bought a sippy cup. I love rainbows, yes I do. But anyway, and this came like with a little attachment for the bottom for snacks. Well, I don't need a snack when I'm walking, but what I liked about this was it has like a lanyard type thing, and this actually would fit around my waist, or I can wear it around my neck, and it's very lightweight. So, and then the other thing that I was using that I found with the water filter, it's pretty heavy. So I took that with me for a couple days, but then I have one hand the water bottle and the other hand I had my phone. So that wasn't working too well. So I'm going to try this. I think this will work real well. And this was like $2.50. So, and it's kind of cute. But anyway, I bought that too. So I bought that, and I bought the snacks for my dogs, and I spent $7 altogether. And you guys, I'm really liking this bloom thing. I'm on day, I think this is day 9 that I'm using it, and I mean, you could do this too with any blank paper. You can make your own, but I got that on Amazon, and it's working pretty well. I like that you kind of track your water, you can make notes, a to-do list, appointments, your meals and snacks, and I'm trying to write those down too, because like I said, I would like to lose like 10-12 pounds, and it helps me keep track on what day I'm on my YouTube cooking down the freezer thing. So I'm trying a little experiment here. I bought blood oranges on reduced, and I think I still have one left. But every once in a while, they pretty much don't have seeds, but every once in a while I get a couple seeds. So I'm just trying this little experiment. I found 2 seeds in my blood oranges, and I'm going to try and sprout them. I know I'll never get blood oranges, but just for fun, I thought I would try and sprout them. I've done this with lemons before, and you know, you just dampen a paper towel and put it in a plastic bag and leave it and see what happens. So anyway, that's just a fun project. And then yesterday, when I was at my mom's, she's taking down her garden. She always had a nice garden and had quite a bit of produce from it actually, but she just can't do that anymore. So now she's growing some peppers and tomatoes and some flowers in pots. And so taking down her garden, I was helping her, and she has this whole garden area fenced off, like with chicken wire, and she has poles that are holding it up. So she asked me if I wanted the poles, and I was like, heck yeah, because I want to put up some new fencing around my backyard. Now, we can't have like a permanent fence. We can have like an invisible fence and things like that, but they won't let you put up a permanent fence. So I just have a dog playpen. I have a couple of those that I want to put up around just to keep my dogs in the yard. Now I do have an invisible fence too, but Chloe broke out of it a couple times, and we do have 2 sort of busy streets on either side here. So I don't want to take the risk and have her get hit by a car. So that's why I've put up the other fencing. But anyway, yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the bloom thing. It's keeping me focused. So, you know, if you have projects and things that you want to do, get yourself a notepad, and it doesn't have to be fancy like this. And write down all the things that you want to keep track of, and it really does work. So anyway, I'll be back with breakfast in a little bit, and we'll see what the day brings. Day 152. I already know what I'm going to have. So I'm going to have a couple of eggs, and in here is the last of my bean burger and pasta. I promise this is the last of the bean burger. Certainly got my money's worth on that, didn't I? So that is what I'm having for breakfast this morning. I'm waiting for Tom to come over. He's going to help me get a couple of the old hoses out of my front yard that I don't use anymore. All right, I will meet you at the stove. Okay, I'm at the stove. All right, this is the last of my Bean burger. This is what happens when I really don't like something a whole lot. I keep trying to think of ways to use it up so that I like it better. And I actually ended up liking it okay. So, but it must have been a humongous burger. I mean, when I got it, it was cut in strips, but that thing must have been this big. Anyway, I'm going to add a little bit of this complete seasoning to my pasta here. Whoa. And then I'm also going to add, you guessed it, garlic and onion powder. And then I'm going to make this with 2 eggs. And I'm sure it'll be good, because I've been eating this in variations for 3 days now. I also hard-boiled a couple of eggs this morning that I'll be using in a salad or maybe in a egg salad. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, I'm just going to warm this up first, and then I'll add my eggs, because I like the eggs to be a little bit on the creamy side. And I want to make sure that none of this bean burger is too big of a chunk. And I'm not going to add any extra pepper. So I have some butter in here. Yay! Goodbye, bean burger. So, I'm sure a lot of you out there, how many of you actually like spicy bean burgers? I'm not a fan, but I know a lot of people do like it. I'm really not a fan of spice. I grew up on German cooking, and German people don't use a lot of jalapenos and stuff like that. I don't know about now, but at least in the era of my mom and my grandma, normally Germans don't cook that way. So that's sort of the food that I'm used to. But let me know below if you like spicy food. All right, I'm going to cook this up and I'll be back. All right, so I just added my eggs and I'm just stirring them in. And I did stock up on eggs because I do like them and I eat quite a few of them. I don't eat them every day, but I didn't buy any when I went to Walmart to get my prescription, but I did look, and they're getting pretty expensive. So I'm glad I stocked up. I have enough for at least a month, maybe a month and a half. And okay, so here is my pasta and eggs. The egg is still a little soft cooked. That's the way I like it. I don't like it like that if I'm just eating eggs, but with the pasta I do. All right, so here we have it, day 152. Pasta, bean burger, and egg. All right, I hope I can eat all this because I really don't want this again. Not for a while. All right, well, hello. All right, I'm on the way to pick up my mom. My daughter is having a little cookout barbecue for my grandson's 15th birthday. I can't believe he's 15 already. But before I know it, he'll be driving. He'll be the second one driving. But anyway, I was working in my garden. I got a lot of my veggies planted. Some of my tomatoes and greens. And then I thought, well, all right, I'm going to work until it's time to go pick up my mom. And I was outside, and all of a sudden I hear this huge crash. Well, my whole spice thing that was on the wall that had oils and salts and all that fell off the wall, broke a whole bottle of oil all over the floor, glass everywhere, and everything on the floor. So that was not fun to clean up. So I had to do that instead of getting ready to go to my daughter's. So I'm just going the way I am, which is in my gardening clothes. Oh well, best laid plans of mice and men. And I hope this video turns out because the sun is just shining right in here. So I probably won't be making too much more of a video today because I'm going to be busy picking up my mom and maybe taking her home. So, yep, that's the kind of day it was. Not the best, but it's okay. I got it cleaned up. I got my stuff all planted. I still have some more to plant, but I got a lot of it planted. I got my watering figured out. So, all in all, other than the mishap, now I'm going to have to hang up those shelves that I bought. I was dragging my feet and I was going to wait until the weather wasn't too good to hang those up. But now I have to do it. Alright, well, I'm going to sign off for today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. God bless you. And I'll see you next time.